The legend that he is. What's going on, my dude? Kind of forgot the mic was up there. I played it off. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Forgot the microphone was way up over there. How about that? Where's my tunes at, huh? I need to just bookmark this guy's page. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Should just bookmark the playlist. There we go. Okay, alright. Ooh. My men's, what's going on? JT, welcome in, welcome in. A little overhype at the start there, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting a little overhype. It's a lot on my end. Speakers down a little bit. Drink a little coffee, get a little caffeine, and get rocking and rolling here in a second. Home today in the pits. You found one or I'm finding one? What's up with that? What's going on, by the way? Grindy? Oh yeah. Ultrog, yo, yeah, that's what I was doing, just minus the hair, right? Ultrog over on Twitch slammed in emotes of headbanging with the yo. That's barricade, right? And one last thing buttoned up. Two yes options and a no. I thought it was like 2% funny, so I decided to do it. 2% funny. All right, so we got empty here. Cleaned up this, cleaned up that. Man, cleaned up this. Man, I did some major housekeeping this morning. Fellas, get after, what's our Bloody Foothills? I mean, that's a cool, kind of a cool terror zone. Especially you can spam it on single player here. Almost a Kyle's armor off the bat. But I don't feel like doing it. Spits it is, spits it is, yeah. Encounter, fire it up. Brian Cat says notification gang. Yeah. JT says let's get after it. What we do, baby. That's what we do here. Grindy says I'm finding one. You never have that kind of luck, huh? Yeah, I mean one day. Gotta keep getting after it. Eventually the luck goes your way. Eventually. Bane, yo, welcome in, you Slayer. Old lady just told me to game before the Koch Goblin gets up. Interesting choice of words there. Gildrop, yo, yeah, what's going on, man? What's up? Been a long time. Yeah, I say I haven't seen you in here in a hot minute. Good to see you though. All been good on my end, essentially. So, oh, Kermit coming in with his almost daily at this point. 5 gifted Slayer ships. You get anyone who did hop in here got the notifications on. Kermit has rewarded you with a possible gifted membership. Thank you so much, Kermit. Once again, I can't thank you enough for the channel support. My man. Whenever that comes through here. Don't feel like working today, so that feels like Sweet Phil time, says Street Sweeper. There you go. Kermit says, I got you, bud. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it a ton. All right. Sure, our battle orders are up before we hit the second level real quick. Next unique drop is going to be your fear vibe, huh? Not 100% sure on what that lingo means. It'll be your vibe. But hopefully you mean it's going to be something sick. I would assume anyways. Any news on ladder? Haven't heard a gosh darn thing. Nope, not a single literal thing at all on ladder. Any notable drops yesterday? Boy, that was so long ago. Oh no, yesterday I didn't play Diablo 2. Yesterday was a GeoGuessr stream. And that's why if I ever stream GeoGuessr or any other game, well, GeoGuessrs, I play that like once in a while when I'm really don't have a lot of time. And it's just a fun game. I always unlist, nowadays anyways, I unlist any of the GeoGuessr streams I do. So I just plan on hopping on, streaming for like an hour, just messing around. So did have some nice finds though. The that central Russia guess was crazy. I was like, you know what? This dirt looks like Central Russia. Nailed it. Actually, I didn't nail it, but it was, I thought it looked like there, and then I talked myself out of guessing it. This looks like Russian dirt to me. The jewel, come on. 5 ED, let's go. Raymond said he watched it. It was moving job sites. It was mostly quiet for you. Gotcha. Yeah, that GeoGuessr game, I don't know about the watching. I like playing it though, and I think it's just kind of interesting. Super interesting game. When you really sit down and play it, and once you see like the strategies and stuff, you're like, oh, this is kind of like, it seems like something weird and not like other games, but really it's just like every other game. There's strategies, there's things to memorize, and then you just memorize them, the things you need to do when you need to do them, and then boom, you know. So oh, Birdie Boss resubbed over on Twitch. Thank you so much, my dude. 2 months of tier 1 sub. Birdie Boss, thank you so much, you Slayer. Ooh. So awesome. I appreciate all the guys over on Twitch. I really do. It's I just kind of did it as like a secondary thing to kind of you know, people who like watching over there could watch and check it out. But I have been kind of increasing support over there, so I appreciate you guys a lot, my dudes. And of course, Birdie Boss. Ooh. Real says sup. Sup, Grailers Inc. Yo. Yeah, a couple more items to go on that Grail, right? Still got the same list of 3. We're getting close though. Graf says he's doing his first ever Amazon playthrough. Arctic set in combination with Vidala boots and amulet works really well with multi-arrow. Everything around just dies. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really have a ton of knowledge, to be honest, on like anything crazy throw together on playthroughs, because I usually just run through the playthroughs so fast that, you know, and I usually never like what do you call it, twink characters through or whatever. So oh, Todd Job comes in with a Bezos sub. Ooh, that Amazon Prime sub. Let's go. Thank you so much for the Prime sub, Todd Job. My man. Thank you so much. If the great content, appreciate it, Birdie Boss. Appreciate you. Scott, yo. Happy birthday, says Scott. Just in case anyone wonders, I appreciate it, Scott. Every day is my birthday on stream, just so you know. So today's not literally my birthday. It's the channel joke. So it'll be hard to tell when my actual birthday is, huh? But I appreciate y'all anyways. Kermit said he's going to show it to his wife, talking about the GeoGuessr game. Yeah, it's pretty sick. The only thing I kind of, I guess you could say I don't like about it, but it is what it is. It's only $3 a month, which is fine, but it's like monthly fee. So like maybe if I don't play it for a couple months, you still got to pay for it, even though. But I mean, it's only $3, so it's like. But if I play this game for like 10 years, it's gonna cost me $400 to play the game, right? So you see how GeoGuessr could get you, but it is what it is. They do kind of update things here and there, and I mean, I know I'm pretty positive anyway, it's not a big publisher or anything, it's just some people that made it kind of deal, so it's like almost like an indie game. Could be wrong though, could be wrong on that. Maybe it's the wrong assumption there. I guess I just kind of assumed that. I don't really know it. Oh, Kermit says I need to add in Kick now. I don't think I'm gonna probably. I mean, we'll see if Kick gets a little bit bigger or whatever. I will maybe, or maybe if I look into it more and I'm like, oh wait, this really is amazing. But as of now, Kick's not under consideration currently. You looked at Baldur's Gate. Seems to get great reviews. I have not. No. I don't know. Every time, and I have not played Baldur's Gate, but I've hopped into people's streams. 100% of the time when I hop into someone's stream, they're watching a cutscene, and I'm sitting there like, are you buying a movie or is this a game? I don't know. It's it just, I don't know. I'm not saying it would be terrible because I've never played it, so I'm not gonna say it is, but I can't watch people play it because it's too boring, so I don't know. And obviously I've heard the number as well. There's 200 hours plus of cutscenes in the game, so I should have. I don't feel like dying right now. Get my battle orders going and Remnant and Baldur's Gate 3 both amazing. Nice. Yeah, I haven't played either one of them, so what can I say? I'm a D2 OG, just stuck in the mud playing the same game forever, right? Raph said it's a surprise to him that any two pieces of the Badalis set now gives you 75 to attack rating and 7 mana leech. Interesting. Yeah, I guess I was unaware of this as well. But yeah, the lower set items, like usually I just don't have them on a playthrough, so I guess I wouldn't have noticed that either, yeah. Early on, that could really help you out, I suppose, for sure. G-Dub coming with the fellas. Ooh. What's happening is we're slaying demons, man. Hopefully finding good stuff. Nug on the Rug said he got his first Schaefer's. Dang, dude, nice. That's one of the 3 items I have remaining on this particular grail. I've found a few Schaefer's in my life, but on D2R here on single player, I have not found one yet. So, found them online. I've found them on old D2, but not on D2 single player yet here. Fortunately, Cody says all he plays is D2 as well. I want another game to be good so bad, but they never are. I don't know, there's some games that are good, but yeah, to be honest, I don't. A lot of it kind of comes down to I don't want to take the time to learn in a completely another game. It's not even like, because I don't know. That's just my take on it, anyways. Maybe I don't find the joy in like not knowing what I'm doing and trying to like stumble around to figure it out. That's not something that I enjoy personally. I like knowing what I need to do and then trying to do it, essentially. But that's obviously just personal preference type of dealio there. Cameron said his plans for beta first Descendant and then Counter-Strike 2. Gotcha. Interesting, yeah. My plan, play Diablo 2 forever. Forever. I'm gonna be rolling up my desk in like a powered wheelchair when I'm 70. Be legendary, huh? Bill drops it back in the day. He had a Frenzy Barb. Dual Schaefer's on was hilarious. Yeah, wasn't Schaefer's was like a go-to one for characters back in the day, wasn't it? Before rune words and stuff. I seem to remember if it was what, Fury Druids or something. It was like their go-to, and they were used a lot more back then. Could be. This is just me trying to remember stuff, so that could be off for sure. Everybody knows how I remember things, right? Thank y'all for joining me also, and hopping in and slapping the like button on YouTube, my dudes. Appreciate it. Zealots and Frenzy Barbs went after it? Okay, gotcha. Boris says done with D4. Yeah, I think so. I'm not saying I'll never touch the game again. I'm not gonna go crazy here, but for the immediate future here, I'm probably not gonna touch it again for the rest of the season. That's probably for sure. Yeah, TW, I got a couple videos ago, I had a, video all about how I put this character together. Very controversial, apparently. Supposedly, you're an idiot, apparently, if you make a 125 FCR Poison Nova Necromancer. So, just forewarning you that this build is stupid and dumb and pointless and doesn't work. According to the comment section. Skill Drop says D4 dropped the ball. Yeah, that's kind of quite a few people have that opinion. I'd say it's kind of back and forth at this point, whether people... I've been hearing... Apparently they upped the density with the newest patch or whatever, so apparently a lot of people are happy about that, but I haven't played, right? Controversial Phil strikes again. Right. Justin Crowell. Phil, back to slaying. You love it, huh? Yeah, absolutely. I was always slaying. I was just slaying other types of monsters on D4. Rune Bow. What's a Rune Bow again? It's like... Which Wild String? Mage Wraith. Oopsie. Bad guess. Couldn't remember. Really enjoy Path of Diablo, says Cody Allen. Yeah, that mod looked a little too much for me. Path of Diablo, Median XL, those ones. I've seen videos of people playing it, and I'm like, what? This is like a different game. So, y'all know me. I'm an anti-change guy, right? So, oh man, Carhulo coming in with a tier 1 for 3 months in advance. What? I forgot you could do that. Dang, dude. Thank you so much for 3 free advanced months of Twitch subscription, my dude. What a slayer. Thank you so much, man. That's crazy. Dorte, yo, welcome in. Yo. Cody B says he's still gonna play D4, but yeah, it seems like it died in under a month. Sorta, yeah. I mean, it kind of. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened with D4, kind of, sorta, to be honest. I do kind of know, but I kind of don't. I don't know how companies keep doing what they do with games, you know? Rush them out before they're done, essentially, and not test them and stuff. Just rush them out and use the actual launch of the game as the beta. Oh no. Boris says, in his opinion, just how people are nowadays. No game sticks around for more than 6 months unless it's a MMO. Yeah, I mean, it could be part of it with so many games coming out and everything, you know. Your life cycle is only as long as until the next big name game comes out. I would say it could be part of it. Bams over on Twitch said D4 lasted a week. I mean, it was more than a week, but I get what you're saying there. Yeah, let's do this. I don't know where my man is all disappearing on me. Inside Golem's still around. Not sure what's going on with that. Sloth, yo, welcome in, welcome in. Gildrop said he hopes D4 pulls a D3, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played D3 since the first month launch, so if I had to guess, it probably will, and it did. It rushed the game out and didn't have a bunch of stuff right, and then it ruined it for everybody who never would be willing to go back and try it ever again. So I know you probably a lot of people think that they made the game a lot better with a lot of the, you know, 5-7 years later they made the game D3 better. Yeah, I never went back to play it, you know. The launch of D3 was so bad I could never bring myself to play it again. I don't even know where it is, but if I even have it around it anywhere. I bought it on, you know, that was a pre-order one right there too, huh? Wing Chun over on Twitch here says he found his third burr rune at Trav. Your inventory was full of charms, so I have skill tab to pick up to the cube on console. I was dying so fast I picked it up. Didn't know my cube was as well full. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem, man. Sorry to hear that. That's rough. That's rough. I mean, a burr rune at Trav, I wouldn't even try to save an exit super quick like that. I guess I would just try to grab it until I died, and if I died, I'd just run back out there and try 700 times in a row to lure him away slightly to be able to get the rune. That's what I would do. But yeah, I see them as how that mistake could be made. Unfortunate. NPC says D3 is a different playstyle. Yeah. I thought about these changes for D4. It sounds like just completely stereotyping the comments I've seen in like Facebook groups and on different groups and stuff for D4. It's all the D3 people that are super happy about what's going on with it now. They're all like, oh man, there's just monsters everywhere and we're just blasting everything away. This is awesome. And I'm like, I mean, I guess I get it, but I don't know. Depends on some of the other changes too, because one of the biggest things is when there was high density, there were so many effects on the screen and like so many on-death effects that you couldn't like do anything, you know. But yeah, like I said, I haven't played it in a month here or whatever, so a few weeks or whatever it has been. Wing Chun, you say you need it for Enigma? Yeah, I bet. That's unfortunate. Loft said he just painted an OG D2 logo on his wall. That was pretty wild and pretty sick. Nice. So have you tried the 4 Souls Magic Find glitch? No, I'm not gonna do that. I have seen it. It's super interesting. It's super interesting that that's programmed into the game or whatever, but that's not something that I'm gonna do. No, it's kind of just like an oddity that's kind of funny. It's like super like not worth doing, because the difference between like 500 magic find and like 10,000 magic find is actually like 5%. I might be exaggerating slightly, but yeah. The diminishing return curve, which I'm sure you're aware of or whatever, but that's my my take on the topic or whatever you want to call it. What's the difference between the first and third? Yes. Yes. Very true. That blew my nose real quick. Forgive me, sirs. I just thought it'd be funny to put on there. I was like, what am I going to put on this thing? And I was like, yes. I'll put yes again. Teddy Bridgewater signing? Oh, man. Pushing Goff for the starting job, huh? No, I'm fine with it. I mean, he's a backup. He's pretty good. I don't really care about the financial situation unless it's real bad, and I don't think the Lions' financial situation is super bad. So as long as it ain't bad, he's a what I would say is a pretty good backup for the league. So I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it. I'm not super stoked about it, but I'm definitely not mad about it either. I'm mediocre about it. I'm extraordinarily meh about it. Like a meh positive. Sign Patrick Mahomes for the backup. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know what we paid him, so as long as we didn't pay him like 25 million a year or something. What is it? We signed, who did we sign that one year? We signed him for like 18 million a year to be our backup, and he had, what is this? What was his name? This guy, this backup quarterback has backed up people all around the league, and he's made like $275 million in his career. But he's only started like 2 games in his career or something like that. I forget his name now. But yeah, crazy. Swire says Blizzard wants to listen to the player base, but they want to listen to who you view as a grifter. I mean, not about grifter. I mean, that's a bit extreme. Obviously, people come from different games. They're going to have different opinions, right? So, but yeah, it is what it is. Oh, Lucky, what's going on? Luciano followed instructions. I liked it twice. No, wait. Hit the like button 3 times, everybody. 3 times. What's going on, Lucky, by the way? Welcome in, my dude. My dude. Yeah, no need to slap around insults on other content creators, right? I don't really know. I've heard the name and I've seen like a clip or here or there of Crypt or whatever, but I don't know. But I mean, I'm sure they're not grifters. I mean, bit extreme there, huh? I would say maybe they have opinions that you don't like very much. Is the best way to put that? Old Trug said, talking a minute ago, that somebody tried to pick up a Burrow and their inventory was full on accident. He said he always makes sure he has room in his inventory. Yeah, I always cap it out like this to the cube, kind of what was that Wing Chun said, but yeah, my cube's always empty because I only keep the craziest stuff, right? And I never, well, it's easier on a mouse too, because he was console and he was trying to quick send to the cube and he thought it went in and it didn't. So a little bit different situation, right? Chase Daniel, Tony F. Yes, exactly. Chase Daniel. I don't know the actual statistic, but he's made like $200 million in his career, and he started like 2 games ever. Chase effing Daniel. This guy. God. This guy. Andy H. Yo. Get them drops today, hopefully. Welcome in. 15 15 Edge Superior Archon plate go for? Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe chat can help you out there. You're asking chat because you know better. Ryan knows I'll have no idea what trade value stuff is going for nowadays because I play so much offline. I look on Tradery for anything if I ever play online to trade. Always. What did these people trade it for? What did those people trade it for? Mystic Grand Charm, says Gator. No! Yeah, unfortunately it happens. I try too hard to read chat too much, and it causes me to miss charms and jewels sometimes. My mind is so ingrained to look for like the color of runes and uniques that I overlook blue stuff, so it is what it is. I'm fine with it. I try not to, but I'm fine with it. Where are we at here? Phil's about that play. He doesn't search out the nitty gritties. Nitty gritties. Maybe I missed the context for that comment there, Andy. My apology. Ultrog said he plays PC, uses a controller. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people do like using controller a lot. I think, could be mistaken, so don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure Macro said that he plays on console, or on console. He plays with controller now, to help his wrists or whatever, which I used to have wrist problems, but I never did switch to the console. Man, I need to get a sponsorship from these people because I always bring it up. This little wrist guard thing that I got is so sick. It's so expensive relative to what it is. It's just a little wrist guard that you set your wrist right here. It's essentially like a floating, it moves around, has slider plates just like a mouse. And you can slide around with the mouse like this, and it holds your wrist up at a better position. Boy, it's literally a lifesaver. It's crazy how awesome this thing is. But this little piece of rubber with these plastic and the slides was like 30 bucks. I can't believe I even talked myself into spending the money on it, but I did, somehow. And I'm so happy I did, to be honest. Yeah, what brand is this, huh? It says, on the bottom it says Delta Hub Carpio. I need to do a review video or something. Get an Amazon link for it. I don't even know if I do. I got links in the descriptions of my videos for just in case anyone ever looks at like, oh, what stuff do I use? And they're like, oh, well, Phil uses this microphone. Maybe I'll use it too if I want to make videos or something. I put those links, Amazon affiliate links, in all my videos. Just you know, whatever, just because. And I don't remember if I put one for this though or not. I think I put one for my standing desk because I get asked about it a lot. That way I can point to that, but. Kermit up here a minute ago said he played D2R controller on PS4, but always rocks the keyboard and mouse on PC. Yeah, controller would be odd. One of those things you get used to, but just from playing so many years, even me getting used to quick cast, it's hard. It was so super hard to even get used to quick cast in D2, so it's really just being so used to it would be my biggest thing. But oh, hump day, yeah, it's bowling day for sure. Bowling day. Kellist says my upload earlier brought them luck. Got your first griffins, my god. I almost because actually in those little clips I actually had the clip of me finding my griffins in there, but I decided not to put it in there again because I had already made solo video for it. Look at that. I actually seen a Grand Charm drop. Impressive, huh, fellas? Impressive. What a weird here. Combination of keyboard and controller on PC, says Kermit. Oh, okay. I must have misunderstood something over there. Gotcha. Yeah, I've heard good things about the controller, so Must not be too bad. Not bad. Hit recovery, not quite the maximum on poison res or anything, but I mean, it's pretty good. Because poison you need for energy shield sorceress, kind of, so. Snowpro says you can find it on Amazon easy. Yeah. But if I put a link in the description to it, then I could get a little affiliate percentage for it, right? I make like 5% of the sale or whatever, huh? That's what I gotta do. Yeah, that's one of those things I set up kind of essentially for my video editing channel. I was gonna do like reviews of stuff. I know you see those channels where they review monitors or they review it was like an idea I had, maybe branching out from D2 stuff, and it never kind of came to fruition, and I just have it, and I never really say anything about it. And, you know, all the different ideas I've had and tried to do, right? Pox, what's going on? Yo. Pox D2R. What's up? He rocks a combination of controller and keyboard. Proficient with both of them. Nice. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about controller, I suppose, for the people that like it seem to like it a lot, so that's awesome. What was this? Large shield. Yeah, we'll look around. Doesn't look like nothing there. Each skill is quick cast on controller, so it's just seamless in that regard. Gotcha. Yeah, quick cast is one of those ones that originally I held off on. I was like, I'm not doing quick cast. This is so stupid. Cast a spell, and then I used it. And it was hard at first, but then I got used to it, and I was like, yeah, this is actually awesome. Never mind. This is actually awesome. I mean, that's not bad for like, I mean, if you really want to do Gold Fine Barb. I'm not really Gold Fine Barber or whatever, so. I don't know. You guys think that's any good? You think that's something you'd be able to trade to somebody? No, for D2R, I have not tried the controller at all. I don't have a controller. Personally, on single player, I don't need it, but I don't have a controller. I've never went out and spent money just to buy a controller just to try it for this, so. Lots of Grand Charms today. Yeah, there's been, all of a sudden, a lot of them, huh? Brian says, should I switch to Quick Cast? I would just say I held off on it, and now I love it, so I almost couldn't imagine going back to not Quick Cast. To go back to how it was before. The only thing was at first, to be honest, because you don't click with your fingers on your mouse hardly at all anymore. My other hand started to get tired, like, faster. Sometimes, like when I was really going crazy on the keyboard. 140 joining me between Twitch and YouTube. Thank you guys so much for hanging out on this wonderful hump day. Yeah, Gil Drop, great point there. He says some of y'all need to chill with the argument. Everyone's got different opinions. Yeah, nothing wrong with saying, yo, like, yeah, actually, this is this person's opinion, and I don't really like that because of this and stuff, but, like, slapping insults around and stuff like that, and, you know, that's stupid, what you're saying is dumb, and stuff like that is a little over the top, so maybe we'll just tone it down a little bit, huh? Which character should you start single player on? I would essentially, unless you're trying to intentionally challenge yourself for whatever reason, you just think the challenge will be fun or something, to start with a different character, always start with a sorceress, in my opinion. It's just the best. Start with sorceress, farm Nightmare, or farm Andariel and Mephisto a little bit, do some lower Kuros runs to hopefully get runes, but also you can get a lot of crafting material. You get a lot of the lower runes and stuff like that from LK. You can get high runes, and obviously. So that's what I do. Sorceress, Andariel, and Mephisto, and LK for a little while until you get stuff to kind of like at least partially gear up other characters you want to play. Usually I'll do just a Sorceress until I can get an Enigma, And then Enigma makes the other characters way better, right? Start with an Enchantress. Double dog dare ya. What is Quick Cast? You're new to Diablo, never heard of it? I think there's an option in here. Quick Cast Skills. Enables this to make pressing a bound key skill hotkey and instantly casting it instead of the direction or location of your mouse cursor. So pretty much what it was back in the day, if you wanted to cast like Poison Nova, you'd have to hit F1 and it would permanently put Poison Nova right here. You would click your right mouse key and it would cast the Poison Nova. And then if you wanted to cast amp, like the skill that I have on F4, I'd have to hit F4, click the right mouse button to cast it, and then click F1 to get the Poison Nova, and then click the right button to cast it. And then if I want to amp damage again, you had to keep the hotkeys only selected the skill, and the click of the mouse button is what casted it. What cast it. So, but now if you just hit the button of the hotkey, it'll automatically cast it, which saves you a ton of mouse clicks, right? You can literally like cast skills faster. So really in a roundabout way too, it actually increased like DPS as well, because if you have to click less buttons, you have less actions, you can literally do things faster, putting out more damage and clear speed. So it's like, you know, Cortez says I'm new to PC, so I vibe with the people that say they prefer controller. Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people like the controller, right? A lot of people do. Hawk said he's always had a problem with the base bind. The way the skills bind. Yeah, I could see that. I never, I don't know, I never really had much of an issue with it, but yeah, I get it for sure. I kind of, when I was younger, I was always PC, and then I actually I started playing console games when the first Xbox came out. Then I came back to PC, essentially just for when I started doing my Diablo 2 channel, pretty much. Essentially. Are you standing? Absolutely. Yeah, I got a desk that goes up and down. So it's up right now. Decided to stand today. Sloth says, I bet you didn't socket your D-Web yet, did you? I might have, I might not have. I'll show you at the end of stream if I did or not. If that doesn't tell you already what's going on. No, I did not socket it. I did not. I'm too lazy. No, instead of socketing my D-Web and putting a poison facet in it, I went ahead and cleaned up my whole inventory and stuff, right? Oopsie. Raphael says his first character ever was a concentration barb. Interesting choice. Hopefully that was enjoyable for you. Herman said it took him a long time going from PS4 back to PC, so... yeah, for me, I feel like going from console to PC is a little bit of an easier move than from like PC to console in a way. Just because like even if you're not playing games on like people use computers even if they aren't playing games, right? So you're still used to using a keyboard and mouse. But like nobody uses controllers unless you're specifically playing video games on your console, right? So just because of that fact, I feel like making the switch from PC to console could be a little bit harder. You can remember, that's one thing I do remember, switching, because I originally played like Unreal Tournament and like Red Faction and what else was it? What other games was there? Like first-person shooters like that for PC. But then everybody I knew was like playing Halo on Xbox, and then the Call of Duties came out, and then yeah, stuff like that. Switching from PC first-person shooters to console first-person shooters was insanity. It was so hard. So hard. Frequency said he's just here to like the streams. Let's go, Wings. Ooh. Yeah, let's go, baby. I'm not a huge hockey fan, but I am a fan of any of the hometown teams, so. Almost 100 likes already. Jeez. What legends? What? You freaking legends. Thank you guys so much for hitting the like button on YouTube, my dudes. Kermit went from PC gaming to PlayStation 15 years ago. Gotcha. Yeah. 15 years ago. Man, we're getting old, huh? Like, when did the first Xbox came out that I'm thinking of? I was like 15. That was like 20 years ago. I don't even know. Maybe it was only like 18 years ago. I remember the first day I got Xbox and I plugged it in this little 13-inch tube TV in my room. It was color at least, and was like a foot from the screen, trying to like seeing what was going on, playing Halo, and I was like. It was one of those situations where it's so fully enthralling to you that you know you forget to blink and your eyes hurt when you're done. It was one of those. Like 4 hours later, I was like, man, that was crazy. Jimbot over on Twitch said he wishes he liked controller. Just for the comfort, I spend all day at a desk for work, so it just stinks having to use mouse and even more. Yeah, I could see that, and could definitely end up. That's what I think. I kind of had a wrist issue, anyways, and then I started being on my computer all the time with my channel, and my wrist started hurting real bad. So I used to wear wrist braces and stuff when I was streaming and when I was editing and stuff, and then luckily my wrist has gotten better since I've gotten this thing right here. And I think just this is gonna sound weird because when I first started bowling hurted my wrist a lot, but I think that bowling actually made my wrist hurt less because I think my wrist just got a lot stronger, and like it built muscle around like the injury essentially, so it doesn't hurt as much anymore. Maybe that's just pure speculation. I'm not a doctor, so. But oh, Crazy Blue just got a 2020 Annie an hour ago. Sold it for 2 John a burr, huh? 2 John a burr for a perfect Annie. I almost think it'd be worth more than that, but I really have no idea. Still a solid amount of runes there, though, for sure. Congrats on that, my man. Broke out Zelda Link to the Past the other day at 38 years old. Still get lost in the Ice Temple. Never played that one, so Mr. Munkles, I'm not 100% sure what you're speaking of, but busted out an old game, you say. Nice. How many hours have you played the most in a row? I mean, boy, I don't know. I know I've streamed for 12 hours, so I mean that's up there. I don't think I've never really been the kind that, you know, I would just play for like 18 straight hours or something. You know, play for 5 or 6 hours at most, and then take a break. You know. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever played more than 12 hours straight. Let me go get some Trails of Identify. Actually, I don't know if I've ever played longer than that. Quick second. Jared said he thinks that a perfect Annie definitely worth more, but still got a solid return, he said. So yeah, once a year, like Kermit said there, once a year I do a 12-hour stream, right? So halfway to 100K. Snow Pro says, make sure you guys subscribe. Yeah, I have it set to that you can't chat unless in the live stream unless you're subscribed. So anyone who's chatting is subscribed up for sure. But yeah, appreciate you, Snow Pro. Anyone sitting in chat wanting to chat, make sure you subscribe up, right? ColecoVision was your first console, this tank? ColecoVision. Sounds familiar, can't remember. We did have a Commodore when I was a kid. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was like my dad's, but we did have a Commodore, and then we got, eventually at some point got a Nintendo. I mean, everyone had a Nintendo, right? That was where it was at. And yeah, my dad was kind of a computer aficionado, I guess you'd call it, or whatever. So I've told the story a few times on stream, but my mom was mentioning me after my dad passed away. She remembers when they were dating in high school. So, I guess not in high school. It would have been right after high school. I take that back, because she remembers sitting in the living room. My dad would get magazines that would have, it was before you could buy games and programs. My dad would get a magazine, and it would have the code that you would program in MS, DOS or whatever, into DOS. That would be, you'd program it in, boom, 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 and that would be the game or whatever. You couldn't like install games on your computer. You would buy, you'd get these magazines with code in them, and you'd type the code in to make the game. And my mom was reading the code off to my dad while he was inputting the stuff. Raphael says he remembers that. Yeah, I don't. I do not. Commodore 64 is the best. Hair Trigger, yo, welcome in. Yeah, Commodore 64. I don't know about the best, but it was the first that I had, for sure. Ronan, yo, welcome in, welcome in. Jared said NES, first console for him. Nice. How often does a golem die? Not really that often. Really, when I lose the golem, it's most of the time it's when I die, to be honest. When I telestomp the wrong group or something like that. That's what gets me. Kermit said he had the computer with the super large floppy disks. Yeah, I think we definitely did too. I still remember playing games, plugging in. There was this old school game that oh geez, it looked way worse than that. Called Marath's World, that I used to play all the time. I thought it was so cool. You'd go down into the dungeon, right? And then you'd come across monsters. It was all turn-based, like, Dungeons and Dragons style. And you'd find armor, you'd find weapons, it was so sick. So sick. Tony says that's so cute. That's real love. Yeah. Right? Right? Instead I get a Mickey Mouse game that didn't have color, so it was just like the green and the black, like the generic screen colors. Nice. I don't know. I mean, I guess I did, maybe the original Oregon Trail might have been like that, but I don't feel like I had a lot, or I barely have any memories of any games like that were just that green and black color, like of the old screens. Hair Trigger said he still has his original from '85 of the Commodore 64 to use those 5.5 floppies. Yeah, that's what I was kind of confused when I was younger. I was trying to explain to people this old console we used to have. I was like, wait a second, but it was like a computer. It was floppy disks, and then they're like, no, we're talking about the first console. I'm like, well, it wasn't a computer. You just plugged in your TV. I don't even remember really a lot of the games. I feel like there was like a Ghostbuster game, and there was like, I think there was one called Pitfall, maybe. Hard to remember. That was a long time ago. I was like 7, 6, 5. Take another drink real quick. Perfect. Gonna be 40. Found out you have the same birthday as Sneeko. I've heard the name before. I'm not gonna wade too far into that, but I've heard not great things about Sneeko. Don't really have any first-hand knowledge of it, to be honest. But it's gonna be the big 4-0, huh, Kerbit? A young 40 years old. Oopsie. On our pit runs, tripping. I don't really do it by the number of runs anymore, specifically. I usually do it by time. I'll like go back and I'll grab like 10 runs and just kind of average out the time. And then I just kind of multiply it by how many runs I did, and then the titles of my videos now, instead of like midstream, like right now, like, oh, I just hit 100 runs, now what am I gonna do, fellas? You know, like, instead of that, I'll just run until I want to stop, and then I just make the video 16. Sometimes I'll just do 16 hours. Sometimes like just messing around. Like one time I did it was like 15 and 7/9 hours of pit runs or something, just joking around, because it, like, when I multiplied it out, that's what it came out to. And I remember getting comments on it like, really, 7/9 of an hour? Why didn't you just do an extra 5 minutes? I was like, yeah, I don't know, just thought it was funny. Commander Keen, Lars says, yeah, I remember Commander Keen. That was an old school PC game, right? Yeah. Commander Keen, there's what, like Remember the Vikings or something like that. There was like Jill of the Jungle. What kind of other games was there? I can't remember. I'm trying to think. Joe Alivo, yo, welcome in, Joe. Dungeon Keeper, don't remember Dungeon Keeper. Nope, I feel like we didn't have that one. Maybe sounds familiar, but I don't know that one. What do I feel about Andrew Tate? I feel like that's another thing I'm not going to comment on. That's another thing, another topic that we're just going to go ahead and steer clear of. Before LOD, used to stick with PS1 and Raymond and Frogger says act. Raymond and Frogger, huh? Frogger. There's another old game, right? Sloth said he wants to buy a physical copy at some point. I don't know where I put it. It was right there, but now I don't see it. I lost my physical copy of D2. It was right. It's still right there. I didn't throw it away, but I don't know where I put it. It was right. It was sitting on my desk right there for like 6 years. Wait a second here. Duke Nukem? Oh, there you go. Yeah, the old school Duke Nukems, the side scroller shooters. Like almost like platform shooters or something. I don't even know what you'd call it. Before Duke Nukem 3D. That's where it was at, right? Those were sick. Duke Nukem 1 and 2. There's another one I kind of forgot about, right? Kind of forgot about. Yeah, Lars said back in the day you'd see at bars, don't talk politics or religion. Yeah, there's depends what you're doing. It's a lose-lose situation for me to talk anything remotely along those lines. Half the people in the comments are gonna hate anything I say, no matter what it is. So If I say one thing, half the people are going to hate it. If I say the other thing, half the other people are going to say it. Not happening. Come on, drops. I feel like the last time I streamed and this time has been a little bit on the slow side here. We're at 1 hour almost exactly today. And man, nothing really noteworthy even today. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hopefully I get a little bit of luck coming my way. Law of averages, right? Something's got to come. Something's got to come. My Alliance fan, Phil. Absolutely. Of course I am. Of course I'm a fan of the best team in the entire league. Ooh. Forward down the field. Which bear is best? Talking about bear, huh? Interesting. Battle belt. That's whatchamacallit. Yeah, Snow Clash. Yeah. Jewel? How much MF do I got? I think it's right at 300. Pretty sure it's right at 300. Do I get good drops from the pits? I mean, usually. It's been a little slow the last little bit here, so we're at 270 at the moment. 270. Magic find. Full IK set. Good for anything other than Whirlwind. You found a piece, but Whirlwind looks a bit lame. Yeah, it's pretty much the only thing I've ever used it for. It's meh for Whirlwind. It's not even great for Whirlwind. And it's not super great, like, in general. It's, like, viable. You can do it. You can use it. You can go out and kill monsters. Full IK set. But it's probably... It's pretty slow. So... That's another one of those things that I wouldn't recommend doing unless you're, like, trying to challenge yourself or you're specifically trying to do a build that works, but it's not the best, which sometimes can be fun. Wait, what is this? How does your Merc's Nova affect your Nova? I can't really remember that one, to be honest. I know that if you're using Poison Nova and like your minions hit a monster, it like cancels the poison out for that individual frame. But like the lower Nova might override your Nova. Can't really remember, but it's not really from what I'm using it for. It's not really a huge deal. If that is the case, that's like an I think. I'd have to Google that one, to be honest. Raced 71 Fire Sunder. Yeah, I mean that's one off it's 70 to 90, so that's one off of perfect. You got a 71 Fire Sunder there. Tripping. I'm offline single player, so it'll be different Terror Zone than online. How long did it take me to get Enigma? I kind of don't remember, honestly. It was quite a while ago. I kind of had, the way the situation worked too is that I was playing a little bit on single player, and then I just got like, I was like, I don't know if I want to start over on my Holy Grail or if I want to like do another one, but I was like playing a little bit on single player on D2R just to see, but I was like, man, I'm never gonna get Enigma, like this is gonna take forever. And then I was like filming just some stuff for a video, and I accidentally found a jaw rune, and I was like, oh, never mind. This won't be too bad. So I kind of like got super lucky. So then I just ran LK until I got the runes to make a burr. I think cubing everything together. Cubing. Where's the Griffins at? Just not using it right now, Walter. But yeah, maybe I'll find another one here, huh? Slough says any poison input will update the timer of the highest damage poison affecting the enemy. Okay, so it's like actually a good thing to say, huh? Yeah, that might be something I never really looked into, because, I mean, it doesn't really matter for, like, what I'm doing. What I usually ever use poison for. Because the stuff, you know, it gets hit. Whoa! What was just hitting me? That was one of those times I almost lost my, golem because I almost got nuked by a quill rat, I think. And I got my battle orders up, I got my bone armor up, I don't know what happened right there. Almost got nuked. You're doing ethereal grail? No. Dragos, yo! Hello, good luck on the looting. Appreciate it, my dude. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. What are Lion fans feeling about Hendon Hooker post-Goth? I'm gonna be honest, people aren't really... Like, when the draft happened, they were kind of like... It was very split. Then it kind of was like, alright, well, Goth's gonna be good. We got him under contract for a few years. I mean, Hendon Hooker probably... He would have been, like, a top pick, right? If he didn't blow out his leg. And young people come back from that, especially non-running backs, relatively quick nowadays. Like, a year removed, you're usually fine. Non-running backs. So... Me being a Lions fan about Hendon Hooker, I mean, I'm hopeful, you know. But to be honest, people aren't talking about it. People aren't thinking about it even. It's more of just like, you know, like a whatever at this point. Foe's still any good? Getting ready to respec out of Tesla. Yeah, Foe's definitely pretty good. Pretty good, for sure. Depending on how you like to play, like for some people might honestly like playing Fists of the Heavens way better than like Hammerden. Like it might even be quicker for a lot of people, like more faster kill speed in a lot of places. Obviously there's a couple, you know, you can't do cows with it and stuff, but I'm probably in the camp of I like doing Fist of Heavens more than I like doing hammers personally. Fist of the Heavens. Yeah, Sappy says, hell, quill rats are so strong. It's kind of crazy they can, like, melt you the way they do if they got the wrong curses on, or the wrong auras, I mean. Stuff. You can really get after it, right? Notice that champion right there. It'd be dope if D2R had an interactive mod like the Chaos mod. So you can mess with us while they're playing? Yeah, I don't know that mod, but that doesn't sound very fun. For me. Yeah. If it was 30, I would take it, but doesn't sound super fun for me. Wait, this isn't GeoGuessr, says Robert. Right, not GeoGuessr. Lars said he tried to make steel in a scepter, huh? Yeah, I don't remember the limitations on that one, but it must not have worked, I'm guessing. Must have to go in a mace, and a mace isn't a scepter, even though it says mace on it or something like that. I can't remember. Must be one of those situations. Yeah, that's rough. Bob found an ohm today. Nice, Bob Smith. I mean, if you need a call to arms, get that. What else do you need to make it with an ohm with? I can't think of other stuff offhand. Do you need that for Chains of Honor? Dole, no. El Sol Dole Low, no. Yeah, I don't even know what else you do with an ohm. Trade it for what you really want. Trade it if you're online. Yeah, a lot of fire res jewels coming all of a sudden, huh? Oh, exile. There you go. Solid advice there. You need an exile for your paladin. Forgot about that one. Don't make it very often. That's one that that's a one and done, and I don't play a lot of paladins, so I don't really trade for and do it a lot. Where's these godly drops, fellas? What's going on here? Bill's getting average people luck, not streamer luck today. What's going on? Oh, hold on. Boop. Okay, there we go. I forgot to initiate streamer luck. Dang, yo, that was disappointing. So now all the sick drops are gonna come. Here, there. Oh, I drifted off the top already. But Kermit, you're saying that mod? It sounds like something when Llama used to do like man versus stream or something. And I know some other people have done things like that where you can you know, do crazy things like make the mouse like 10 times the size so it takes up like a quarter of the screen and stuff like that. Bunch of goofy weird stuff that makes it harder to play. Streamer luck activated. Yeah. I got a button here that... See, actually, the devs, the Blizzard actually sends us this button, right? That we can push when we want to find something good. Streamers and stuff, so... Jared V. Yo, any good finds? Not yet. So... but been a slow day. The last time I streamed D2 and today have both been. The RNG's not been coming my way, but any second now it's gonna turn around, right? Yeah, I gotcha, Kermit. Yeah. I mean, it'd be interesting for sure. Super chat involvement, whatnot. Dragos just found a pull rune. Nice little find there. Never mad about finding any runes, personally. Never mad. Atlantis' streamer servers again, yeah. They got these special servers with higher drop rates for us streamers so we can hype the game up more. That'd be so nasty if that was true. No, I'm just joking about the streamer luck initiated, you know. Because everyone jokes about that, how streamers get lucky and, you know. Everybody. %of players quit just before the Tyrael Might drops. Probably, yeah. That last run that you're like, I better stop now. Or I could do one more. That's the run when the Tyrael Might drops, right? That's when it drops, fellas. Grillage over on Twitch said he's found 25 set sacred armor, so the Immortal King's one. Only 4 uniques. That's pretty standard, right? That's pretty standard. Actually, I've probably found this. Mine are probably pretty similar splits, to be honest. A trip and asked why offline. Offline's just way better in my opinion than playing online. Unlimited character slots. You can use the same map, so you can get a good map and know where you're going all the time. There's no bots you have to worry about. You can pause the game. There's just infinitely. You can set the players count. You can, there's infinite advantages to playing offline as opposed to online. Maybe not infinite. There's like dozens of reasons, I should say. Favorite cow running character. I mean, my favorite personally, probably, I guess, Nova Sorceress, but I'm not, it could be the best. I mean, a lot of people go with Lightning Fury Javazan, right? But if I had to pick which one, if I had to run cows and I had to pick a character, I'd pick Nova Sorceress. Just because it's one of my favorite builds as well, too, so. Gee, Stacks, what's going on, my dude? Yo, yo, yo! 1 max damage, nice. Sloth says if you got no gear, Javazan's the best. Probably, yeah. Probably. Can't do it. Still no obsession base. Still no good flickering flame base. Really crazy. Jared said, got to hell. First charm was a 7 MF. Let's go. Nice. Randy said Blizz Sword's pretty darn good too. We're talking about some of the better owl runners. Yeah, that did pop into my mind, but to be honest, yeah, even Lightning Fury Javazan is quite a bit better than specifically running cows. But yeah, it wasn't necessarily picking which one is the best. The question was which one is my favorite. Not always the same answer. Sometimes. Oh, Jared said it was a grand charm, though. Psych! Psych! You set players on console. Yeah, on console you can set players count, but the only thing about console that's not as good, pretty much anyways, is that you can't, in single player on PC offline, you can unlimitedly respec for free. On console, you can't do that. Well, actually, there's a few different things. Like, let's say you want to try a build, but you don't want to have to get all the gear. Like, you want to see if it will be worth it for you, like if the build's going to be fun enough. I mean, you want to play the build for a little bit to see if you want to do it for a ladder reset and then take all the weeks to farm up and trade for the gear. Get this god tier gear. You can hero edit in a character and try it out for a couple of days on single player and see if it's something you like, or you can test this out. Hey, wait a second, what if I try this piece of gear? And you can literally just hero edit in and do this or that, or do whatever you want, like with the character files and stuff, to try out or do anything you want to. So another reason why offline's so sick. Eichberg, yo, says insane drop. Got a metal grid. Oh no, that was me. I got that metal earlier. I got that from in my video earlier. I think you're talking about, right? I got metal grid from Freshy. Spoiler alert! Anyone who didn't see the video yet. Spoiler alert! Yeah, yep, from my video, yeah. I forgot about that for a second. Bunch of rares. Those. If I had one more magic find, that'd have been a unique bone visage. Fortunate. What's that? A giant skull, right? That'd be a cool drop. Atlanta said he has 199 magic find. Someone told me that was a godly amount to run. I mean, it's perfectly fine. It depends. Like if you have like a ton of crazy kill speed, and then you kind of land at 199 magic find. Yeah, I can understand that. I would do that. So I didn't really stack a bunch of magic find. I don't have a shake on, so it's a little bit lower, but you get a bunch from Enigma. I decided to throw on these boots, and I got some around here. But I could put a few more skillers. I don't have them. That's why I don't, but yeah. I mean, 200 really is like fine. Like it's a perfectly good amount. I can see the argument for rocking 200 and getting, if you get like 5 more all skills or something by doing that. No, I've been playing on this single player and you can't trade nothing. So I've been playing on this offline account here for a year and a half now. I don't need any more, you know, I've got everything. Sometimes I'll check stuff, I guess, if it's superior, but a lot of times I look at it and I just don't even care. Because I just want to find the 3 items I need, you know. I just want to find that Schaefer's, that Wisp, and that Hero's Might. Sending luck your way with a thumbs up. Bob Smith, appreciate it, my dude. Someone told me that 200 and 299 magic find is the same. Is it true? It's not the same, but the difference between, okay, we'll say, but the difference between 0 magic find and like 100 magic find is pretty much like doubles your chance of finding better items, right? It's 100% different. But the difference between 100 and 200 is like 50% better. Like there's a whole diminishing returns curve. Like, especially when you get higher, if it, like, the line goes like this for uniques specifically. Like, especially when you're at like 500 to 600, there's almost no difference. It's like 0.5% increased chance of finding a unique item when you go from like 500 to like 600%. 200 to 300, it's probably gives you like a 15 or 20% better chance. I'm just kind of guessing here. I don't know the actual number, but say it's 0. It's not 0, but like that's the thing. If you can kill like 10% or 20% faster, but you know, when you lose 100 magic find, you might want to do that. You know, it's not for sure or anything, but like, but yeah, then a lot of times, like if you're running, let's say you're running cows, trying to get high runes, or you're running, we'll say Trav. At Trav, I guess you can find some good uniques, I guess, but really you run Trav to get the runes, right? At that point, you just want to stack anything that'll help your clear speed, really. Especially like cows, they're mainly known for runes. Like you don't really find good uniques in cows. Just stack pure kill speed to hopefully get a rune. So that's kind of can be a give or take depending on where you're going. Sloth says 250 is like a hard drop off. Well, it's kind of like that's the thing though. There isn't really a truly hard drop off. It's just it's a gradual curve. So like, but there is definitely 250, 300. You know, there's definitely at some point you just got to go. Yeah, that's not helping me out enough to be worth it. So that's what I say. Like 270, perfectly fine. You know, I just kind of throw a character together. I thought about even throwing on Silkweaves and losing that 50 magic prime for my War Travs, but I don't do too bad with mana situation here, so. Tob says 250 is sufficient. Yeah, 250 perfectly fine, right? Perfectly fine. Tax Cut says 150 to 200. Yeah, a little bit different opinions here and there, but it's not huge. 150 might be, this is my opinion, a little bit on the low side, but I would say like 250, and then anything over that, I just like don't worry about pretty much, unless I'm doing some crazy build where I'm stacking like 700 Magic Find just to max out every little bit of whatever, you know. So does Trav even really exist? Yeah. No, Trav, you can't. High runes from Trav is a hoax. The hoax. Lars said he feels like from 0 to 50 Magic Find is better, meaning like more of a benefit than going from 50 to 300. And that's the thing with the diminishing return. They're probably, honestly, you probably get the same % better chance of finding a unique item from 0 to 50 as you do from 50 to 300. Straight up, like it's probably the same amount of benefit. But imagine if you like were really trying hard to stack to 300 Magic Find. Imagine the amount of plus skills you could stack in that same space as you could 300 or 250 Magic Find. Usually you could probably get like 5 or 10 all skills, which would like double your clear speed. So that's why you'll hear a lot of times people talk about it's not worth getting that much Magic Find and stuff. Where'd I find such a good Enigma base? Yeah, I don't even remember. Like I said, I made this so long ago. And yeah, this wasn't even Superior. I never make them in Superior anymore, because the first one I ever made in a Superior Enigma, and it costs like 1.8 million gold to repair, and I was like, yeah, I'm never doing that again. And I'm definitely not saving up chip gems to repair my Enigma with. I know that's the next comment that always comes in the comment section, right? Just use Ort runes and chip gems. Like, actually, I'm not doing that. I'll just sacrifice 150 defense, which is what, pointless essentially. If that, it's probably not even that much. It's like 80 defense. Just save Ort runes. Is this P1? This is players 3, so a little bit better than P1, huh? Just a tad. People tell you just to use runes to repair are coping for the 1% chance block rate. Yeah. Yeah, if that. That's what's funny, like trading for stuff online. It's like, let's say hypothetically an item has like a max roll of like 200% enhanced defense, and that'll trade for like 2 runes. But then one that rolls like 187% is worth like an ist, and I'm like, I'll take the one for the ist, please. Like, that's the one I'll use, okay? Are you kidding me now? Calvin, yo, hey, this isn't D4. No, it is not. Blaine, what's up? What's up? Yo, what's going on? Race that just found a 5-socket F man catcher. There's your obedience base. Nice, nice. Good old obedience. Good old obedience. There's no monsters over there. Maxim says D4 equal bad. Clout for perfect chase gear is just how a lot of people enjoy the game. Yeah, not I though. Cause yeah, it'll be like 5 burr runes for the perfect one, and then like 199 will be like 2 burr runes, and then 198 will be like 1, and then like 180 will be like an You're like, I'll take that one. That's just me though. Yeah, I get the people just chasing the perfect gear and just, you know, to like show off or brag or whatever, and people just think it's cool, like showing off the gear or whatever, and whatever. To each their own. To each their own. When's the next ladder reset? A Hatu X. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. I will definitely be popping a video out as soon as that comes out. As soon as that comes out. Tob Show says September probably. Yeah, I mean at this point, yeah. I think if you lined up the dates or when it should be or whatever, blah blah blah. Like right at the beginning of September or whatever should be when it is, but haven't heard anything about it. What is even the date? Is it August 9th? Okay. Goblin Toes. Heyo. Yeah, we'll see. And I'm wondering too if they're gonna really do anything. Like, is it gonna be just all right? We're just gonna do a reset because we're concentrating all our forces on D4, like, or if they're gonna actually like, oh, here's some new rune words or something, you know? Do I ever find high runes running players 3? Yeah, actually, on like the 4th or 5th run that I did for the pits here, I got a Sir rune, so. Yeah, I mean, I've found high runes on any player's count, right? And, I mean, you can, for sure. For sure. And as I know you're probably aware, obviously the higher players counts, you'll tend to find more if you can kill fast, but this particular build isn't exactly for high players counts. It's more for speed. That's why I got on the 125, so I can move around faster, melt everything instantly, corpse explode faster, move on. I'm more so trying to finish up my Holy Grail. Race said he's just happy to get stuff. It's hard making super expensive rune words. Yeah, it does take a ton of playtime. Like, if you're not using like JSP or something, or like purchasing the runes or something, it can be a long time to really hunt and find all the stuff you need. Even trading, it can take quite a while. Especially when, you know, yeah, kids and a full-time job, and maybe even more than a full-time job, 70-hour-a-week job, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I totally gets it. Any interest in Baldur's Gate 3 or games like that? The thing with Baldur's Gate, and I talked about this earlier, but every time I watch somebody stream Baldur's Gate, I hop in for a second and I'm like, oh, they're watching a cutscene or some dialogue. And then I hop into a different person's stream and I'm like, oh, they're watching a different cutscene or dialogue. Like, super doesn't do a whole lot for me personally. Yeah, you just kind of get used to it, Kermit, because, I mean, someone hops in here, they weren't in here an hour and a half ago, obviously, and it's alright, it's alright. At least people want to ask me questions, right? Kermit said you used to work 120 hours. What? What? How is that possible? How many hours are there? Isn't there? Let's see. 20 times 7 is 140. So I mean, you'd have to do like 18 hours a day, huh? Yeah, Ed. Pits is where I found my griffins. True story. And I seen your comment too, Kermit. That's no quotations needed. That is where I found my griffins. What do you mean you won high runes there, Old Trog? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Says he got, over on Twitch, said he got 40 high runes without even playing the game. Not sure what he means by that. Not sure. Bridge. What's going on, Bridge? Doing pretty good myself. Playing video games, so I can't complain, right? Can't complain. Oh, other mini games and raffles from streamers and stuff. Gotcha. Yeah, I used to do giveaways and stuff when I would play on ladder, and I mean I still do, but this last ladder I just didn't play a lot. I made I would say I made a poor choice of starting character. Started off with an assassin, and it was even less fun than I anticipated starting off with. And I guess I knew I wanted to start off with something I never did before, so I started off with a fire trap assassin, which works good now, but I just didn't enjoy it. Like, it gets to the point where people are the amount of time it takes you to throw down traps, everything on the whole screen's dead already from Mosaic Assassins and Fist of the Heavens Paladins and Hammerdins and Nova Sorceresses and stuff, that you can't even play with other people because, like I said, they kill everything instantly, and you can't even put your traps on the ground fast enough to do anything. $120 hours with pre-wipe, dropped to 105. That's I don't even know how that's possible. Every waking hour is at work, 7 days a week. That'd be crazy. Crazy. Why not D4? Rebexus lives? Rebexus lives? D4 bad, remember? No. I just not really liking D4, to be honest. Not really liking it. I don't like how they change stuff every once a week. We need to change how strong this skill is, and we need to make these. It's like, okay, well, cool. We need to do this to change everything all the time. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. Just my own personal opinion, right? Nick, yo! What's going on? Coming in with the screaming Phil over on Twitch. The shocked face Phil. Tappy Panda said he started Fire Trap Assassin this season, did a few Stony Tomb runs, and then went and made a new character. I didn't start a new. I played it for maybe a week, but I was just at first it was fine. At first it was honestly fine. But what happened is that everybody else's characters got so much more powerful, and mine did not. And yeah, like I said, when it got to the point when Nova Sorceresses and and Fist of the Heavens paladins and stuff were like zipping around, teleporting around the map, just nuking everything instantly, and Mosaic assassins were just flying everywhere with their, you know, budget gear that just melts the entire game, and I couldn't even throw my traps on the ground before all the monsters died in like the terror zones and stuff. I was like, all right, never mind. I can't even attack before everything's dead. So they do that because the balancing's so bad. Yeah, that's a true story. True story. And it's kind of just my own opinion. Honestly, I would rather them not balance stuff so often and leave things unbalanced than constantly change things every other day. Like, oh, we nerfed Barbarian, we nerfed Sorceress, and then like the next week they're like, all right, we're bumping up Druid, and then the next week they're like, all right, we're buffing up Sorceress now because it nerfed it too much, and then they're like, all right, these skills we nerfed too much, so we're buffing them again. And it's like, oh my gosh, just stop changing crap. I mean, a guy coming from Diablo 2, that's not too shocking, huh? Been playing the same game for 20 years. Alex says D4 repetitive, meanwhile 116th run, and no, my argument's never been repetitive personally. My argument's literally the opposite. They keep changing everything. Between that and I really dislike how the gear is in D4, and their only focus is on leveling in D4. That's like the whole and only thing to do. Leveling is my most hated activity, so D4 is just not set for me. D2R had a lot of changes since launch. Yeah, and I'm affectionately known. I don't know, probably some new people in here, and that's awesome. I appreciate y'all. I'm affectionately known by my community as anti-change guy. Anti-change guy. Woo! All that might flying around, I might want to play it a little safe. Woo! Can't make everyone happy, says Alex. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Especially when you got two different, like you got such different communities, and they're obviously taking more cues from Diablo 3 players than they are from people who like other games. So that's why it's also, I actually really dislike a lot of the changes they've been doing and stuff, because they've been making the game more and more and more like Diablo 3 and stuff. It seems. So, and it just seems like if I had to stereotype like a particular change is what community it would come from, a lot of them seem like Diablo 3 complaints, like having to skip the skipping the campaign. I think was a bad choice in my opinion. Teleporting to dungeons I think is a bad idea as well. Turning dungeons into greater rifts now. They're not even dungeons anymore. They're just rifts again. Running rifts over and over, spamming them from town. Yeah, a lot of different things. I definitely give it credit where it's due. I definitely had fun with it through the campaign, and like the first playthrough, the first time leveling up a character and stuff, I was having a lot of fun with it. But then it just, you know, once you get level 70, it's like, what am I, you know, I'm playing to watch another little experience tick on my bar. I don't know. I'm playing so instead of running a Nightmare Dungeon 20, I can run a Nightmare Dungeon 25. It's like that's just the total accomplishment there. Like that's not exciting, you know. I like, even if it's a total long boredom where you're grinding, it is kind of, I mean, I'm chatting with you guys, I'm playing, a lot of times people have music up listening to like this, you're grinding, but the idea of the bam, the exciting god drop happening, right? You don't get that in D4. It's, oh, here's another rare item. Uh-oh, this one has 0.2% more critical strike damage. And let me read this novel for another 10 minutes to look through all these different, like, random 2% extra damage on a Wednesday after you take a poop on it, you know, after drinking 2 cups of coffee on it, you know, if it's raining out as well at the same time. It's like, okay, cool. Sandy says a bit of an anti-change himself. Sandy Bridge over on Twitch. That's only because I do not trust the people running the game. I'm not completely against change, but I'm more... I would rather them make a change that doesn't do enough than make changes that are too much. And then have to go back on it and then try to then we buffed it too much, and then, oh, we nerfed it too much now. And then, so we're going to buff it again. And then, oh, we nerfed it a little. We buffed it a little too much again this time. So we're going to nerf it again a little bit. Like, there's a mod that fixes the terror zones from changing. I don't think so. I don't know of anything that's wrong with terror zones in single player. Maxim says D2 and PoE better than D4. Never played PoE, but yeah, I love D2. Best game ever made, so I'd have to say, yeah, D2 is for sure, right? The way loot works in D2 is ideal. I think it's pretty good. I don't know about perfect, because there's definitely a lot of uniques that just aren't good. But I think the idea, I think having uniques that aren't good, I mean, it makes the uniques that are good seem good, you know what I mean? If every item in the game was good, then no items in the game would be good. They would just be items, right? So you kind of need to do the good with the bad to be able to differentiate what's actually good and bad, so... Andrew says if they wanted to start paying us to be their game testers. Yeah, right. Sloth says actually, in his opinion, he liked that Rune Word D2 is the best, huh? Yeah, I played such a small amount before Rune Words and stuff, so... But yeah, that's interesting, yeah. Back when it was like people were using rares and magics, and Grandfather was goated, and Wind Force, and... What was this glove again? Was that Duel? Oh no, it's Mana Leech, and yeah. Interesting. Haas says, 4 to 3-4 already. Yeah, kinda, yeah. I'm gonna miss them. The CJ, you say you're in the wrong place now. Not sure what you mean by that. Are you saying that you want to watch D4 or something? Is what you're getting at? Maybe. No synergies. Builds were more fun. Yeah, I unfortunately, I can't comment, but I do know a little bit about it though. But builds were more fun because with no synergies. I thought about trying it out one day, but never got around to it. Nearly 200 likes, you're popping off. Oh, speaking of popping off, fellas. Speaking of popping off. Elemental Skiller with 19 to life. Probably the best find of the day so far. So far. Not bad. Oh. Yeah, there are 180 fine gentlemen joining me today. Thank you guys. And yeah, thanks for hitting the like button. 40 on Twitch, 143 on YouTube. Absolute legends. Bluff says now is Sacred Armor. Let's go. Hopefully. Do I think Disney will beat earnings on expectations today? Boy, I have no idea. I don't know what their expectations were. Man, being a stock caller, I don't know about that life. But the thing is too, you gotta see, like, wait, were people expecting them to beat expectations, or did people guess that they weren't going to beat expectations? Because if people were guessing they were going to beat their expectation, the price is already baked in. But they were guessing they were going to beat expectations by 0.2, but they only beat expectations by 0.1, so the stock tanks. You know, like, stocks are crazy. Complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. It originally was kind of based on a true thing, but stocks nowadays is just complete nonsense. Oopsie. Disney going bankrupt? Wouldn't go that far. I doubt that. Lion says, nice. Yeah, about that Grand Charm. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Pretty sick. Elemental Skiller. Appreciate you, Kermit. Haven't played D2 or D4 haven't played D2 in like 8 months, you say? Gotta get you back on D2 grind. Kermit. Now, I know you've been playing a lot of other games, yeah. We'll just dip out these couple carvers. I don't need them. Billy says D2 will be good in 2 years after the expansions are out. Right. I could see them putting one expansion out per year too. I could see that. Okay, I thought I'd use some of those, but cheap druid for playthrough. Shape-shifting, fire, or wind. Generally for druid is actually super powerful through normal and the first half of nightmare as a fire druid. And then I would usually go to tornado, like a NATO druid. That's my recommendation anyways. That pretty much before you go into Act 4 Nightmare, I usually respec. Because there's so much fire res in the Cast Sanctuary, right? Are elemental and summoning skillers worth anything on ladder? The elemental ones are a little bit. Probably the druid summoning ones probably aren't worth anything, I would guess. Unless it's like something crazy. Like if it was a 45 life summoner or something, you could get like an ist for it or something. I don't know. I'm guessing here. I'm not much of a trade value or expert, but elementals you can get are a little bit for. I feel like just a lot of people don't play druid though, so it's not going to be as much as a lightning skiller or a pally combat, right? Supply and demand. So only poppable run. I don't really usually do like speed runs and like playthrough runs and type stuff a whole lot. So I mean, I wouldn't commit to doing that. No. Running Werebear, planning to spec the wind after normal. That's not a bad if you played Werebear already and you're already at that point. Yeah, you could do that. Fire through normal is so powerful though. Like it probably would have been twice as fast to play through with that as the bear. But bear, I mean that could be a fun thing to play through with though. Could be fun. Tax Cut said he has not tried the Zoo Druid since the update. It works okay. Works okay. It's I mean it's pretty much like a summoning Necro with no corpse explosion, right? So unless you get that unique Ogre Axe. Ooh. Did I ask Llama to do the podcast? I did not. I haven't done a podcast in a while. I thought about firing it up again, but I don't know. It just wasn't like, just didn't seem worth it to keep doing. Like the last couple I did, I get like 1,500 views and stuff like that, and it's like the amount of hours it would take me to try to get people to line people up to do it, and then to record them, and I would just throw a quick edit on it just to kind of cut here and there, like throw an intro on it and stuff, and it just, I don't know, it just didn't seem like it was really worth doing anymore. But it was crossing my mind to fire it up again, maybe. I don't know. But no, I've never asked Llama before. Those long forms are more about the hours. I mean, it depends. Like, I don't know. Like the total overall watch hours you're saying, that is kind of a thing, but like, I don't know. I haven't looked at them in a long time. I can't remember what all the statistics are at or whatever, but yeah, you get it. You get it. Podcasts only if you love doing it. Yeah, and that was they were fun to do, to actually do them, but like trying to get people to do it, and then they're like, oh, not this day, that day, oh, I can't, and then multiple times, this happened more than once, that I would make sure I could get somebody to watch the kids, and then I would be like, well, really the younger one, the older one can watch himself, or he wouldn't be here because he splits time with his dad and stuff, but you know, I'd get a babysitter or something, and then I forgot, now, I'm like, oh, jeez. 2 different people twice it happened where they said they would do it, and then it came down to the very second to do it. I'm like, all right, you said you would do it like an hour ago. What's going on? Where are you? And they're like, oh, now I forgot. I left and I'm not home. And like, what? Not that much, but I asked them like the night before or something, But I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out. Well, maybe we'll do it again. I don't know. Just chilling, playing D2, and have guests join. Maybe. Just do it kind of more off the cuff, whatever. Terrorize nightmare cows? No. Dubs. I've never heard of that before. You can get up the burr and terrorize nightmare cows. That's interesting. I've never even crossed my mind to think about that. So I just will assume that what you're saying is accurate, that you can find up the burr in cows if it's terrorized in nightmare. That's kind of crazy though. Kind of crazy. How'd you manage to play D2 for 20 years? Well, honestly, I didn't really play for 20 years. I mean, I played for a few years, and then I stopped and played Morrowind, and then I played Oblivion, and then I might have played for a reset or two, and then played Fallout, and then played Halo, and then played a reset or two, and then played Call of Duty, and then played, I didn't really just go ham bone for 20 straight years, Pretty much, a few years back or whatever it was, 4 years now or whatever, I was just like, yeah, I don't want to buy a new game, and there's no games out that I would really want to play. I need something to do. Yeah, it was kind of after my daughter was born, like I can't leave the house, I can't go to the bar anymore, pretty much. What am I going to do all the time now? I can't just like do work around the house all day. So I was like, I'll start playing D2 again. And then I was like, well, why don't I start making D2 videos? You know, why not? I'll learn how to video edit, and maybe that'll get me somewhere in life, learning how to video edit. And then I started making videos, and then here we are. Kind of kept going with that, so. All started by turning the PC on. There you go. New Vegas and Fallout 3. Yeah, I played both of those. Yeah, New Vegas was pretty nasty. Yeah, pretty nasty. I forget which ones I played. I don't know if I played all of them or not. I forget what numbers they are now. It just like slips my head how many there are and which ones I played for sure. Slips my mind. Yeah, Fallout, pretty sick game for sure. Pretty sick game. Your favorite Fallout? I mean, I guess I would have to say whatever the newest one is. I can't remember if it's a 3 or whatever, but probably just the newest one. I feel like they were all good, but like after you play like a newer Fallout, going back to the older Fallouts, you're like, I can't really play this anymore. Like, it was so crazy amazing when I first played it, but now it just doesn't seem as good compared to the newer one. The graphics are just so much better, and the world looks better and everything, so I don't know. Jonathan Flores said, just made his first single player Enigma just now. Nice. Congrats on that one. Whoopsie. Dragged a potion on accident. Wesley, welcome in. Yo, yo, yo. Fallout 76 is the latest one? Oh, no. I don't mean that one. That's the mobile one, right? Or no, wait. That's a massively multiplayer online one. Yeah, no, I don't mean that one. Yeah, I don't know. Is it Fallout 3 or something? I don't remember. Fallout 4? I think Destiny 1 would be pure gold. Yeah, I don't think I've ever played that for sure. I'm pretty positive I did not play Destiny ever. Isn't that a PlayStation exclusive game? I haven't played PlayStation stuff in like pretty much since Xbox came out. I never touched a PlayStation. Xbox Master Race. Ooh. Now I'm on the PC Master Race. Ah. The console exclusive. Okay, gotcha. So, I thought that was one that was a PS exclusive, but very well could be wrong, and it sounds like I am. Kermit said he thinks Destiny 1 originally was, but now Destiny 2 isn't. So maybe that's what I was thinking of or something. Or I could just be wrong. I don't know. Could be. Destiny 2 went bad real fast, huh? Interesting. Kyle's Mask, legendary. Guess we don't really need another one of those. But I feel like I was gonna pick something up. Oh, those boots. I don't even remember. I looked at them. I did, right? Are they not? I couldn't remember if they're good or not. I don't even remember looking at them. And we got 314. Oh, Destiny 2 was a free game but you have to buy a $50 expansion once a year. Oh, that sounds no good. No good. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and sit down now. I'm sick of standing already. Let me go ahead and put the desk down. Oh, sit down in a chair. Come on, fellas. Join me down here. This thing's sick, by the way. Solid, great purchase. Boy, if you're ever gonna buy a computer desk, I would highly recommend just. It was like 180 bucks. I mean, you can definitely buy desks cheaper, but got a little motor on it, goes up and down. All right, what am I doing here? Whole world has changed now. Whole world. Where's the camera at? Right here? Okay, making sure. Oopsie. Keep accidentally tugging potions. Billy said what he had heard or whatever is that they had a 1-year exclusivity deal with PlayStation. So yeah, I feel like my memory was based in some sort of knowledge. Just wasn't sure where that knowledge came from. What's the desk you have? I think it's a desk from, it's called like Flexi Spot or something. It's from, I got it on Amazon, but it was like 180 bucks. I know D4. I just not a big fan of D4. I mean, I played it for a while. I played it into the first season. I played it since launch. I played all the betas and everything, and it was fun. It was fun for the first couple of weeks, and then it just kind of petered off, in my opinion. Didn't have something to hold my attention, and there's too many things that kind of just annoy me about the game once you get like into the game more. Joseph, Baldur's Gate 3 is good game, or God game, good game. I have not played it. I don't know. I've watched people stream it, and I mean, obviously playing a game and streaming it, watching a stream is different, but every time I watch people stream it, it's just cutscene after cutscene after cutscene, and I'm just like, I can't watch them, so it's like, I don't know why I would want to play a game that I can't stand, like, to watch, for, you know, I just can't. It seems like there's too many cutscenes to me. I don't know. Like I said, I never played it, so that's just my 2 cents on it. Any good luck yet, says Grindy. Just little things here and there. The best thing probably I got a elemental lifer right here, actually, a minute ago. Yeah, why am I not playing D4? Good point. Who said that, actually? Yeah, Maxim. Are you guys forgetting? D4 bad. It's kind of funny the way that I've heard some different streamers say that. Like, don't you guys remember D4 bad? Yeah, I just don't personally like D4 all that much. Let's see. Asmin Solo says they just did a big patch today. He's enjoying it, but a lot of people haven't been enjoying D4. Yeah, yep, that's pretty much where I'm at. And not that I could say, I don't know. I am in D2 community known as anti-change guys, so maybe it was just never gonna be, huh? Because really, and even when I think back to the games that I like let's say Elder Scrolls games and Fallout, like the Fallout games, like one Fallout game is pretty much just like the other one, right? It's just way better graphics and there's a different story. You go from one Elder Scrolls to the next, it's like kind of the same. Just like with way better graphics, because they only do like one every 10 years, right? But it's kind of the same thing, you know, but with D4 compared to D2, they're not remarkably the same. They're essentially completely different games, right? So I guess it's not too surprising. I mean, I don't know. I gave it the good old college try, right? As they say. D4's combat almost identical to D3 or Immortal. You say that's fun, says Mike. Combat wasn't bad, I suppose. Yeah, it's good. I agree with that essentially. Jared says I'm with you. I'm the guy that's always skipped cutscenes. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I've kind of been. Especially for like the Diablo games and stuff. I don't know. I guess I do like cutscenes, but not that much. Not that much. Nowadays, there's so many more cutscenes too, so it's different. Like, there's not just like the 6 cinematic cut screens that you'd watch for like 4 minutes and then it's over. There's all those little in-betweens where it's like the in-game graphics, and then the guy's talking, and then they like walk over here, and then they talk some more, and they put like hundreds of those in games nowadays, you know. Which it's kind of cool at first, like, oh, the camera just zooms right in on your character and you can see him start talking and stuff, but I feel like they just overdo it a lot of times with games like that. That's just a game in general type of thing, not a D4 necessarily criticism. D4, Bulbasaur says D4 is like that one band that had a few good songs, but not the whole album though. You just listen for those couple of songs. Kind of a funny analogy, I suppose. We'll just go with Superman, I think. Superman says he heard that it's good for like a playthrough or two, but not great for longevity is what you heard. I would essentially agree with that. I thought the game, like when I initially rated the game after the betas, and I was like looking at the game and how it's going to be and stuff, I think the game's going to be like a 6.5 or something. And then I got destroyed in the comments like, oh, you D4 hater, you don't know what you're talking about, this and that. And then I was like, well, that's just what I think, bro. Sorry. When the game came out, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'd pull this up to like a 7.5 because I really had a good time after the, you know, initially on the playthrough. Now with all the changes and stuff, I'd almost give it like a 5. I think. Which, I mean, is an arbitrary number. Like, what does a 5 really mean? It depends on the person who rates it that, right? You know, like... a 5 being not good enough to get me to stop playing D2 and play that game instead, pretty much. Asman, you say you've never played D2 or D3? What? Crazy. I mean, I would obviously say Diablo 2. I would feel that there's no way around that. If you had to, you know, if you were going to play any of the ones between, I would definitely highly recommend D2. Good for a playthrough, but ARPGs really start after the playthrough, and that's where D4 does not succeed. It says, whoop, Tob. Not looking at my screen, and I almost died. Thanks a lot, chat. I blame chat for everything, by the way. Yeah, kind of I agree. I mean, for me, the main thing is just the items. And that's like, obviously, hunting items. This is like what I do. It's my favorite part, right? And the way they decided to do items in D4 just wasn't exactly it for me. Oopsie. Superman over on Twitch said the community is what makes D2 such a great game. Yeah, I mean the whole online part of that comes along with the whole trading and stuff, right? Like there's actually people actually do things together. So that's what, like the items are so rare, and you're gonna find items that aren't for your character, and you know, it makes it so people like have to play the game together, right? If you're talking about in the context of a season. Obviously, single player, what I'm playing, is not in the context of a season, so the time frame's longer, so a little bit different situation. But plus, I can just turn up the players count, find stuff faster, so that's cool. Do people even get excited over items in D4? D-Dozer, I guess, would be how that name goes. Not really, no, right? I mean, there's like Tempest Roar, I guess, but that's about the only one, right? I don't think there's another item in D4 that people get excited to find. Marty Mar says the original PoE was awesome, but now it's too bloated in his opinion. Yeah, I was never into that one. Kind of people saying how you have to have a build guide that you find on the internet to play the game, not literally but figuratively. Like you essentially have to have like a giant spreadsheet open to make a character. I'm like, I don't know if that's really my. Don't feel like that. Doesn't sound like my cup of tea. Yeah, Sandy Bridges says you can get excited about the super crazy rare uniques, but the thing is you ain't finding any of them. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if the odds are that you're literally never gonna find them, like everybody should have the opportunity to find something. It shouldn't just be like so rare that you're, you know, in your lifetime you're never gonna have hope to find it. From what, and I wasn't too sure about these odds. Somebody told me that they literally did somehow they managed to data mine the drop odds on these items. So if that's the case, that they really are that rare, I'm kind of on board with that. They're too rare. But up here a minute, D-Dozer said he could take hours, just spend hours just trading on D2. Yeah, there's literally times I've done this before where I did my initial playthrough and I got to like level 60 or 70, just play through the game, finish it or whatever. Like day one, just speed through the game, and the entire season all I did was trade. I didn't farm. I like did a few Countess runs to get like some runes to get value, a little bit of value there, and all I did was trade the whole season. Trade. And that's all I did. Like just traded up value, like, you know, trade up spirit rune sets for like, you know, an Ist rune, trade the Ist rune for like an item pack because someone didn't want to piece out all these war travs and vamp gazes and whatnot and stuff like that, and then trade that stuff for like, you know, the equivalent of like an Ist and a pole, and then trade that for like, you know, and then eventually get up to trading those for runes that you could make rune words, and then make a bunch of rune words, and then one of them would roll like perfect Hoto or something, a perfect Heart of the Oak, and trade that for a bunch of high runes, and then make more. You know, I did that for an entire season before. Like, wasn't even killing monsters. Rilla says, do you feel like single player makes D2R worth playing? I absolutely love single player, but online, being able to trade is a big thing for community-wise, right? I've had to give up on my Druid and D-Forces G-stacks, farmed the living crap out of dungeons for Tempest Roar, still haven't found it. Yeah, it was pretty rare. I feel like I farmed quite a while too, right? And never got one, so I don't know. You might have even played more than I did, to be honest, but yeah, that is pretty rare. It is like super build defining, so. My build really was working pretty dang good without it, but it would have definitely been better with a Tempest Roar. Like my non-seasonal character I'm talking about. My Shred Druid, right? Sloth says those super rare uniques like a Shaco is so rare it's like winning the lottery twice in a row. They did, didn't they in one of the new... Hold on a second. Didn't they in one of the newer patches, didn't they say they upped the drop rates for it? For those super rare uniques? Those ultra rare uniques? I'm pretty sure they did, but I think they're still so low that nobody will ever find it, right? It would only take 40 years now instead of 80 years of non-stop playing to find or something. The thing is, and it's not necessarily a good thing, but it's going to be to a point where they're going to be a lot easier to find. Because even now, they up the monster density, so what, you're finding, or you're killing like 3 times as many monsters as before, so chop that in 3x by the how fast you're going to find it, so that's going to keep happening as they up the density and the drop rates and the kill speed, because they're going to up the damage so that people can just blast monsters faster. So eventually, I don't know if they're going to bring the drop odds down, but I think they're just going to bring the kill speed up like crazy. Yeah, that's all your writing's in Russian, so obviously I have no way of reading that. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's Russian, even that K-O-T-T, because that doesn't even look like it. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna have to, no Russian up in the joint, huh? No other languages. I can't tell if you guys are saying bad things or not. Probably obviously an accident. I'm not mad or anything, but yeah. Trade your JSP. Yeah. Using a trade site's kind of like mandatory nowadays. Back in the day, you didn't have to do that. You could trade in game real easy, but for whatever reason, the lobby system nowadays is jacked up. Like every game you look at, it's like, okay, why is every game in my lobby screen 7.5 hours old with one dude or whatever just sitting in there AFK? Back in the day, all the games used to always be, they would be in order of when they were made. So when you look at your lobby list, all the games were like 6 seconds old and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, they changed that. I'm not sure why. Enjoyed the video. It's cool to catch you live, Steven Lazano. Thank you so much for the kind words, and glad you liked the videos, my dude. Ooh. Oh, and Tanis comes in with the same similar comment. Appreciate you. Yeah, I started hitting the D2 back again here after kind of jumping out of D4 now, getting back into my standard D2 content. That's pretty awesome though. Like here we are. This is Diablo 2 has been out for 20 years. We're playing D2R, which has been out for 2 or 3 years, and Diablo 4 just came out, and there's people like, hey, just found your channel, man. That's pretty awesome, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, Barricade, what's going on over on Twitch? Always great seeing Phil after getting after it and slaying. Ooh. Barricade over on Twitch, what's going on, my dude? Welcome in, welcome in. Silent Agnostic says D2 taught us more about economics and free trade than they did in school. Right? Supply and demand, buddy. Sorry, if you want a Shaco on day 1 a ladder, you're gonna have to pay up. You're gonna have to give me 2 high runes somehow. Someone's gonna find 2 high runes and not a Shaco. They're gonna want this Shaco. So you give me 2 burr runes, or supply and demand. Supply and demand. Right? Thanks for the streams. Appreciate it, Maxim. Appreciate it. Brian said he's shocked how quickly D4 dropped off. I am a little bit, but then the more I think about it, I'm less about it, because it's just that, and there's still a lot of people playing D4, but I mean, I feel like people, like, the next big game comes out, like Baldur's Gate, and now everyone's playing Baldur's Gate, you know, and there's PoE, people are hyped about that. It's just kind of like partially modern day society, and it's like impossible to keep people playing a game forever. Time we got 3:36. Okay, I got a little bit longer. I got to go pick my daughter up at 4, so Shaco for a Surroon. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Tax cut. Yeah, supply and demand. Supply and demand. Right at the beginning of ladder, Shaco's like a high rune, and then later in ladder, it's like an rune. Or even like Tal's Mask. Tal's Mask go for like a pull rune at the beginning of ladder, and then like 2 weeks in the ladder, they're free, right? Mage Fists are like a pull rune early on, and they're free. Supply and demand. What? Quabe? Not sure on the name, my apologies, but said he's popped up Burroon in the Chaos Sanctuary. Oh, it's your first one you've ever found? What? Congrats, my dude. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. First Burroon of your life just popped. Give this man a round of applause over here. Round of applause. You can't, my noise gate's so good you can't hear me clapping unless I'm talking. I guess you can hear it a little bit. When's the start date for the new season, asks Ricky. I haven't heard nothing about it, but I promise you and each and every one of you in chat, I will make a video as hastily as possible as soon as I find out. It will be so effing stupid how fast I'm going to put a video out when I hear about the new season. I guarantee it. So fast. You guys are going to be like, wait a second. This post about the new season just came out 11 seconds ago, and somehow he uploaded an 8-minute video about it. How did that happen? Full of gold. I'm full of gold. But yeah, I would assume like beginning of September is when I would say, but who knows if they're even going to change anything. It might just be a regular reset, which would be fine. Gilded Shield. Of the rare variety. Their fireside chat would blow up if they announced D2R season. Ladder reset. Ah, nice. Nice. One to 10 scale of how stupid fast it would be. Like a 10. I don't know if that's a good one or a bad one, but kids running around and stuff. Let's Bearkit says let's thank the noise gate, right? Yeah, good old noise gate. That's what when my daughter's sitting over there playing things like PBS Kids games and stuff on her computer, and the noise gate blocks it out and stuff, and ooh, getting hit up over here. Uh-oh, nose itchy. 3:39, a few more minutes here. Eldrarune. I'm actually short on Eldrarune somehow. Need to grab another one real quick. Which build can solo self-found Terra zones, Ubers, players 8, and everything. Yeah, Barricade's got some good stuff for you there, for sure. For sure. I mean, you could go... the new martial art Mosaic Assassin can do everything in the game. Nova Sork doing Ubers too, huh? I've never tried that before. I feel like Nova on big bosses is a toughie. I don't know if I've ever watched anyone do that, but I trust your judgment, Barricade, for sure. Guess that energy shield probably just makes you so survivable that you just take on anything. Anything. Grindy says nerf Mosaic. Yeah, I mean, I would be on board with that. Not a big Mosaic fan. Not a big Mosaic fan. Oopsie. Well, that's because I'm anti-change guy, right? Hey, Barricade says, yeah, I forgot about Mosaic. Yeah, they can do anything they want to. Yeah. PBS Kids game stream. Steve. PBS Kids game. Yeah, next stream is going to be me playing PBS Kids game. Like, what's it? Molly of Denali. And, I don't know, what's the other ones? I don't know what she plays. I feel like I can trust PBS Kids without me watching over her shoulder the whole time. The one that you like do, I don't know. They're super boring games too, but she likes them, so that's fine. Is it worth doing Terra zones? Yeah, I mean, Terra zones in general are the best Magic Find location and the best for getting experience, but sometimes depending if the zone's not great, it could be not that great, but I'm not really a big Terra zone fan either, so I do them sometimes. Not to mention for my video formats, it's not great. Terra zones aren't great. Oh, okay, well, man after kill and 14 max damage. I mean, it's interesting, but that couldn't be. I don't think that's anything I would ever use or would really be worth anything ever. Interesting, though. Don't like fireworks shows, says Professor Kaz. Yeah, no, I like my retinas able to decipher pictures still. I don't want to go blind, so I don't like Mosaic Assassin. Right, G-Stacks? Right. And Fred? I think Fred likes Mosaic too, right? We differ in opinions on that. Atanis. I think I pronounced that right, maybe. What players am I running on? This right here is Players 3 difficulty. Players 3. Uh-oh, Brian says a storm's rolling in, huh? That better not be... You don't live by me, do you? I don't need my power going out again. Clausen says Daniel Tiger slaps. Right? Good old Daniel Tiger, yeah. Let me drop the stuff off. I forgot about it. They should introduce secret rune words. I think that would be kind of neat, I guess, too, if they did that. Someone said they would data mine it. You're not wrong, but what they should do is put them in and just not tell anybody. And then somebody would data mine it, I suppose, sure. Eventually. Or would they? Oopsie. Right? Be interesting. Mystic says Terra Zone's pretty much Helltide. Yeah, kinda, sorta, right? Oh, I already did this. I forgot I teleported to town. Whoopsie! Yeah, and yeah. Helltides, yeah. I mean, Terra Zones are just greater rifts, but instead of just teleporting to the place straight from town, you go to the waypoint and go to it. And then you gotta go where the game tells you to go, right? You can't choose to, like, run the pits for like multiple days in a row if you want to or something. You have to go where they tell you to go. That's my main gripe with Terror Zones, that I don't like being told I don't like being told how I have to play the game. Which, I mean, I guess I don't have to play it that way, right? I am not doing it right now, so it is what it is. Grilla says maybe like midway rune words. If they hit any, just make them like midway rune words. Nothing crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, making a hidden rune word that was something super expensive. I wonder if they could hide the rune word and somehow make it so that they couldn't data mine it somehow. That'd be just kind of cool though, just to like, if they really could do that. Hey, there's hidden rune words, but I know back in the day, people didn't know all the rune words, but hey, we hid some rune words in there. The highest rune used is this, and it's in a type of weapon, but we're not going to tell you what type or how many sockets or anything. So people just had to go try, and then people would find it out eventually, like probably in a day or two, but still, like it'd still be like really hype. You know what I mean? You know what they could do, because they would find it so fast anyways. What they should do is put them in. Don't tell anybody until like literally the second the season launches or something, or like 8 hours into the season, be like, hey, we introduced this rune word, because then people would try to figure it out before it got data mined and all that stuff. I like that. I like that idea. Backyard baseball with Pedro Sanchez, the absolute goated player, right? Right. Backyard baseball. Oh, Pablo Sanchez. Okay, gotcha. Is this still 125 FCR? Yeah, unless I mess something up on accident. Yeah. 125. Does anyone know that the cow level recipe was found out by accident? Yeah, that would be crazy. Imagine finding that out. Like, what is this? And you're like, what? And you can't like screen grab it. You don't have a cell phone to take a picture of it because this is 2001. Like, cameras aren't on cell phones yet. Like, that would be crazy. That would be wild, honestly. Oh, Tom said, I know the pain, Tom. Keeps getting green or gray items in the pits. Yeah, rough. Rough. Dan says he thinks he's gonna go summon Necro. Feels like poison's too gear dependent. Yeah, I would recommend going summon off the bat too, because the summons will keep your mercenary alive. They'll get one kill. You start popping everything with corpse explosion and the amp damage on that, and boom. So, alrighty, I'm gonna have to go ahead and take off because I gotta pick my daughter up from good old dance class here. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and take off, just right here, real quick. Let me see what's going on here. So it looks like I need to get, oh, speaking of, if Kermit is here, I gotta remember, Kermit, send me your Twitch, Kermit. I keep forgetting. Can you DM me a link to your Twitch? You stream on Twitch, right, Kermit? Go ahead and send me a link to that if you're still in here. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to take off, pick the daughter up from dance camp or whatever. So it's been fun. Thank you guys for the support. We got some channel members over on Twitch today. Karhulu, Podjob, Bird Boss, you know, a few other Kermit gifting memberships on Twitch. So thank you so much for the channel support, my dudes. And thank you for hitting the like button, checking out the videos and all that good stuff. If you haven't, check out my drop pilot video from random clips that whoa, they were hidden clips on my computer. Whoa, it's crazy. Gotta check them out. So, peace out, fellas. And don't forget, keep slaying. Woo.